good people? Welcome to another episode of Talk of the Shore. My name is Ralan, Wardlaw.
And I'm Langston, Frazier. Yeah, we're back another week, another episode. What's up, man?
Chilling. How was your week?
Yo, busy week. Very, very, very busy week. I mean, we're recording the episode late this week. It's all good. Good vibes. But it's all good.
It's all good. We here. We got a good guest lined up. So, as always, if you didn't check out last week's episode with Stella Johnson from the volleyball team, please go wherever you get your podcast, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Check it out. Listen to that. And as always, HBCU fact.
Yo,
Man, that rhymed just now.
It did. You keep hitting them. Every week, it's like something else. And I just appreciate that.
It's them Biggie bars I was just giving you.
Exactly.
You thought that was mine. It was not.
Yeah, I know.
But
I give you credit where it's due. But
right,
anyway, yo, HBCU fact of the day. I got a good one for you as always. As you know, tonight, the NFL draft.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to switch it up. I'm going to give you some basketball knowledge, kind of some WNBA knowledge. So here's the fact of the day. Do you know who the first player was to be drafted into the WNBA that attended an HBCU?
No.
The first person was Denise Graves. Howard University was drafted by the Sacramento Monarchs in the second round in the greatest year of the 90s, 1997. That is your fact of the day.
Why was 97 such a good year?
Because I was born in 97.
Okay.
We're still considered in the 90s. Everybody out there, it's like, oh, if you're born past 97, you're not born in the 90s or whatever.
We're going to go 95, really, to be honest with you. 95 and back, y'all different kind of kids. Promise. Obviously, I'm prior to that.
Yeah.
Y'all different.
Yeah.
Y'all different.
I like to claim myself in the 90s.
Y'all was born in the 90s.
But I think I'm in the... I got the last bit of everything. I got the floppy disk. I got the, the stuff on Cartoon Network. I got all the good TV shows. I know how to write cursive. I got the whole generation after us just doesn't know.
Yeah.
I at least have some knowledge of what it is.
It started to change after 95. It started to change. Kids 95 and after, that's
I got the old school TV shows.
That's a different vibe when
Cat
you're after
Dog,
95.
Ed, Ed and Eddie, Kids Next Door, like the good stuff.
I guess.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's your HBC fact of the day. Yeah, we have a guest.
We do have a guest. And so for the first time ever, we don't have a coach, we don't have a player, we don't have a student of the university.
Right. This is truly Talk of the Shore.
We went outside of these hallowed walls.
Very true.
University of Maryland Eastern Shore and got another guest. So today we have Jarmon, who is the program manager in Worcester County Recreation and Parks. What's up, Derek?
Man, what's good?
Glad to have you here. Glad to have you. Me and Derek I do a little work with Wycomico, which is county, which is in Salisbury. He's in Worcester County now, but I told him, the podcast was going, and I said it's for the whole shore, and he was like, "Hey, I'm down to come on. So
I feel that.
A few weeks later, here he is. So, Derek, so you're a little familiar with the show a little bit.
Man, I'm a little bit.
Okay, so where are you from?
I'm originally from Berlin, Maryland. Berlin, Maryland. But most people, when you say Berlin, what do you think of?
Germany, obviously.
Germany.
Yeah, I mean,
Ocean City.
Yeah, Ocean City, man. You think of the beach. Beach.
So if you had to describe Berlin in 3 words, what would it be?
Man, small. I know this is too close knit. And man, I say supportive.
Okay.
I say supportive, man.
Folks,
we stick with the home
unfortunate
team.
News.
We got the hyphenated. It's a hyphenated word.
Hyphenated word. He broke the streak, man.
Close knit, but close knit is actually a true hyphenated word.
Right.
It's not live music.
We
or
don't
something
like the
that.
dash.
But it's actually a true hyphenated word. So why would you use those words to describe Berlin?
Man, just from my experiences, growing up, it's one of them things where when you're in high school, you always try and get into a little bit of trouble here and there. Not too much.
I get that.
But, man, growing up in an area, everybody knew somebody. Mm-hmm. So, if I went out to this spot that I wasn't really supposed to be at, it was an aunt or uncle that was there. It was a cousin. It was a family friend. And you kind of had to dodge a little bit, had to bob and weave. But, man, it's and on the flip side, when people are in need, something's going on in the community, everybody tries to pop back on and really support and show love. So that's part of the reason why I'm still here.
That's what's up. So for you, we'll just start with, what's a couple things about you, just as a person, you kind of, you've been on the shore, your whole life. So what's some things about you outside of, just kind of growing up on the shore that, you like to do now as an adult?
And honestly, like the thing that I didn't do that much when I was younger was go to the beach. Like I hated the beach.
Why not?
Wow.
It wasn't. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like it wasn't my cup of tea. But now, and I have kids. I got two kids, so take them to the beach. They're in the water all day. But I like it. It's for what I do daily. I'm able to chill out and kind of get away from everything and disconnect. But growing up, man, I didn't understand sane and everybody being out there and under umbrellas and
right. Kind of gives you kind of a guarded kind of aspect of what's going on because you're from the area. I'm assuming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I tell people too, like, because I know people that like live near Myrtle Beach.
Yep.
Like when you always by the beach, you don't realize how much of a luxury it is. Because you're like, oh, the beach is 15 minutes away, so I can just go whenever I want to go. But for most people, they're not that close to the beach. But, hanging out at the beach, that's what's up. So as far as your job in Worcester County and then kind of, also in Wicomico as a program manager, what exactly does it entail?
Man, it's fun. It's a lot of busy work, but it's a lot of fun, man. We get to create awesome programs for youth. And everybody, I think a lot of people sometimes think that if they don't live in a certain area, they can't be a part of an event or like a sports league. But that's the bright side, man. Youth sports is for everybody. Every kid. I mean, we had some kids that come from as far as Virginia. I've had kids that come from Delaware to basketball leagues and soccer tournaments and everything. But on a day-to-day basis, man, it's running programs for kids. We create different events, whether it's free backpack events. Man, I've been a part of music festivals, beer festivals, which have been, fundraisers for different things that we've done for the youth. And now I'm kind of sliding over to the side of sponsorship, so I get to talk a little bit of money with people.
That's what's up.
Nice. That's really, really cool. So you talk about kind of the sponsorships and kind of giving back to kids. Something has to kind of start this whole kind of thing of you wanting to kind of give back to kids and be involved with kids on a day-to-day, kind of thing outside of having your own kids. What kind of sparked that interest into you kind of being involved with like recreation and sports?
You want like the cutesy version, or you want like the real?
I want
real
the
deal?
origin story.
We gotta get the real. We need the real.
All right, so I went to SU. Shout out to Salisbury University. I know we here on the shore, but I gotta give my little shout out. Man, I was out there. I was good. Thought I was gonna be a athletic trainer. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to be. Nobody could tell me otherwise. And I had a conversation with one of the, I forget what she was. She was like one of your educational, not aid, but
like a kind of an intern for them.
Not like counselor.
Oh,
yeah, like an advisor.
Yeah, like your advisor.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And I was having some talks with her, and I was like, I don't know if this is the route I want to go. And I mean, she helped me figure things out, but she point blank told me you're not gonna graduate on time. Most of your credits aren't gonna slide over. So I went from athletic training to physical education, and I'm like, man, come on. Something's got crossover.
Something's got to get.
Something got crossover a little bit. So I use that as my fuel to keep going. Obviously, graduated on time. I've been a teacher. I've been able to educate kids for 10 plus years. I've been an athletic director. I've been a health teacher. But honestly, it stems from my family, man. My grandparents were not the richest of folks, like a lot, but they always looked out for whoever was in need of something, whether it was clothes, whether it was food. There were always other people in like my grandparents' house, and kind of seeing that growing up. I was like, man, how can I help people? But how can I do it on a grander scale? You know, I don't want to nickel and dime myself a little bit, but to be able to really go into the community, get that $1,500, that $5,000, that $10,000, and bring it back to programs and events, man, I was all about it.
So where did you teach before you kind of got involved with working at the county?
So I taught at Glen Avenue for 2 years, elementary school. It was a public school in Wycomico County. I taught for a little less than a year at the Worcester County Alternative School. That was crazy. That was eye-opening. that was eye-opening. I'll come back to that after I finish. And then I went to a private school in Berlin, Most Blessed Sacrament Catholic School, where I was PE teacher, health teacher, athletic director. I was tech support a little bit, and I did like some speed and agility training with the kids.
Jack of all trades. That's a jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades for sure. Yeah. So take us back to that alternative school like situation. Like you said, you was gonna come back to it. What was it that kind of hit your mind?
So with alternative school, you know, with alternative school, it's folks that have had some issues in school. Mm-hmm. Some of it can be their fault. Some of it, not their fault. Whatever the case may be. But my first couple weeks there, you get introduced to some of the kids. You start knowing, this kid is a knucklehead. And, this kid really is out here for blood a little bit. This kid is just kind of, they ain't want to be in school.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Right. Yeah, that type thing. So sometimes we have to restrain kids, unfortunately. So I had to restrain a kid. Man, he's in, I think, at that time, like second or third grade. Mm-hmm. He's second or third grade. He's going crazy. He's throwing chairs. He's kicking desks. So we get a call on the walkie-talkie. Man, he's going crazy. He's going crazy. Somebody got to be in there. So I go in. Of course, I'm still a little bit younger at that point, so I'm talking to him. Man, what's going on? You all right, man? Let's talk. He didn't want to hear that. Oh, no. He didn't want to hear that, so he starts swinging a little bit. So needless to say, I had to restrain him. I had to restrain him for like 45 minutes. Like by myself on the floor, He calms down. We get it cracking.
Whoa.
A month later, I'm called to another school, still in the county, and this is a second grader that had some issues, and he was dealing with some things. So I get to the school, get some background on him, and we get the call. They're like, "He's here." I'm like, "Okay, what you mean? Thanos here? What's going on?" I didn't know what was going on. So, man, we talked to him. Parents, they didn't want to get him out of the car. They were scared. And I'm looking, I'm like...
The parents were scared?
The parents were scared. The dad, I've never seen like a parent like kind of quivering a little bit.
At a second year, he's like 7, 8.
Yeah. So let me give you the foundation, man. I'm dressed, got my slacks on, got my Sperry's on. You know what I mean? I got my button up, got my tie. I'm looking right. I'm like, all right, man, let's get him into school. So we get him in, going crazy the entire time. And we get him in like his room. They had like a room that was kind of padded, had some things in it, just to make sure he didn't hurt himself or hurt anybody else. Goes ballistic. My man goes ballistic, didn't want to be there, didn't want to be with us because we were new. Needless to say, my man grabs just about anything he could, grabbed my tie. So that's the one thing. I'm restraining him with one arm, trying to get my tie off.
Right,
so
let go of my tie.
And I had a pencil. I happened to have a pencil in my shirt.
Oh no,
man! He grabbed that thing. I've never seen a second grader almost like it was Chucky. Like man was like this, ready to go.
What?
I'm like, look, he's not gonna stab me. Like that's not gonna happen. We're not doing that.
Yeah, wow. He's not gonna stab.
I'm 34 years old, man. I've never been stabbed. Knock on wood by another grown adult. Yeah. I'm not gonna be stabbed by this little kid.
Yeah.
So we ended up having to restrain him again. We had to restrain him, and it's sad because you realize. Like some of it's not their fault.
Yeah, I mean, when you're dealing with a kid that's that young and his parents are scared of him, shaking, there's the teachers have no chance. Like they have no chance because I mean he's not even being the people who actually raised brought him in this world and raising him are scared of him, so they can't even like the teachers have no chance. And my brother's a teacher, and he's got first grade. He hadn't had any horror stories like that. I mean, not that he's told me, but I know for him. The biggest thing is, you can do everything you can at that school, but you kind of need that like parent reinforcement when they get home. And then when the parent is scared of the kid, there's no way it's going to happen. So
yeah, it's a co-op effort, definitely between parents and kind of teachers, and make sure it works out.
It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be.
At least that's what they said.
I'll give you another little funny story. When you sign your kids up for school, you got to give contact info and everything, just in case something pops off, whatever. They're sick, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. Had a child that, was going through some things, and it was like, okay, we need to make a call home. We need to set up teacher conference. Man, that kid looked me in the face and said, good luck. Like, good luck. I know how to use a phone, man. The number's right here. Cool. You going about your business. We'll deal with you in a little bit. Man, I called that number, and I called that number 3 times, and each time it was, hi, welcome to KFC. Hi, welcome to KFC. Hi, welcome to KFC. I'm thinking, all right, well, what would you think?
The parents worked at KFC? I was like, it was an employee?
That's what you would think. It's an employee. So I asked, for the mom's name. Nothing. Asked for dad's name. Nothing. So I'm guessing they randomly put that number down. Maybe that's, a place that they frequent often.
But they gave you the number to KFC. And
gave me the number to KFC.
And the fact that the kid knew and said good luck, that's the funny part.
Man, he chuckled.
I mean,
that's wild.
He chuckled.
That's wild. So did you ever figure out why they put that number down, or
they didn't want to be contacted? They didn't want that contact. So.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Just because you're a parent don't make you a good parent.
That's facts.
Just because you're a parent doesn't make you a good parent. Anybody can become a parent, but
becoming a parent is,
it's not.
That's kind of the easy part.
It's not a hard process.
That's the easy part.
If you don't know, get with somebody in Google.
Right,
but
find a Google.
Yeah, but it's not hard to become a parent. But being an actual good parent, it takes some time. All right, so you grew up here on the shore. Kind of what was your? I guess where did you? I should say so. Where'd you go to high school? Where'd you go to middle school? And then you involved with sports now. So did you play when you were in high school and? So when did you retire? When
did I hang them up?
Yeah, when did you hang them up?
So I did go to school around here. I went to the Stephen Decatur. Shout out to the Seahawks. You know how we get down, we get busy.
I love the pride in the school.
Yeah, man.
I love that.
I'm not gonna lie, man.
Look, we are one of in Worcester County. We're one of 3 high schools, and we are the biggest high school. You
What's
have
the other two?
You have Stephen Decatur, you have Snow Hill, and Pocomoke.
Stephen Decatur is twice the size of Pocomoke and Snow Hill together.
Oh yeah. They're 1A. They're 1A. At that time, we were 2A. I want to say Decatur might be 3A now. Might be 3A. Man, talk to Kevon.
Yeah, I know he
down with the squad.
I know for sure.
No, I went to Stephen Decatur. I played football and I ran track and field. Track and field was my sport. I will be blatantly honest because I'm older now. It's okay. Man, I was trash at football. I was trash. Bro,
What position did you play?
I was a running back and corner.
That's what they just stick all the fast guys at corner and running back in high school. That's what
they
doesn't teach
that's the
catching.
thing. When you're in middle school and you're faster than everybody else and it's a toss, it's a sweep. You feel good, like, man, I'm outrunning everybody. This is great. Man, we had a practice and I hadn't got all my pads yet. I just had my helmet and I had my shoulder pads. So you have single safety, you got a receiver, you got your quarterback. Quarterback's running, just throwing goes. But it's a drill for the defensive back to break on the ball.
Oh yeah, to break. I know what you're talking about.
Break on the ball. So I'm streaking down. I think my face mask is up here. So, you know, you looking like that, like how Pat White's face mask used to be, like up on his face. Yeah, so I'm running, and I'm looking like this. Ball comes. I think I'm getting ready to catch it. Didn't catch it. I take one look, and I see the safety. I'm like, man, it's lights out. That to me, man, and yeah, and I mean, you got to think about it. I didn't have any leg pads on.
Yeah.
Oh.
I had butt pad. I didn't have knee pads. I didn't have, thigh pads. Nothing.
Like
and I mean,
shorts.
he cleaned my clock. If I knew what I know now, I definitely could have been a better player. I didn't put the work in. I'm not gonna put that all on coaches. You know, a lot of people, man, that coach, if I could have been this, man, that was on me. Because I obviously put the work in. You know, I got busy on the track.
Yeah. So talk about your kind of track side. You know, the football didn't work out, but you know, you see, it looks like the track might have been. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I played special teams in football. It was what it was. I liked it. I still like football to this day. But track and field, it runs in my family. Man, my uncles, they ran track. So when I got to high school, there was a little bit of buzz because the coach knew of my family, my parents, bus drivers in the area. So it was kind of known that I was gonna run track a little bit. And man, I got out there and I didn't have any expectations because I'm a dumb freshman, so I'm not thinking anything. And we had that night before our first meet, and he's going through who's gonna be on the relay, and you got everybody else, seniors and juniors.
4x1?
Huh?
4x1?
Man, 4x1, 4x2, you know, all of it. I'm sitting there, dude, I might have been playing on my phone or something. He was like, Derek Jarmon. Oh, this one, me? I thought you were talking about the other one. Yeah, so I was on the 4x1 my freshman year.
What leg?
I was third leg. I was third leg. I fluctuated between third leg and an anchor leg.
Okay.
I was anchor.
That's weird because the third leg runs the curve and then the anchor runs the straight.
It runs straight away.
Usually the first and third and then the second and fourth kind of switch.
I'm gonna break it down to you. So that was my freshman year. My sophomore year, I broke my foot. So I ran in maybe 2 meets and that was it. I was doing long jump, triple jump, and I felt something. I couldn't even make it to, like in the pit. I was like, man, something's wrong. Went to the hospital, broke my foot. Come back my junior year. At this point, we got my man Benny Tate with me, right? So he's playing football, he's playing basketball, and he's running track with us. And we had a 1-2 punch. So he would start us off.
Okay.
Finish it. It didn't matter what was in between. Yeah. No slouch to those guys, but it didn't matter what was in between. All we knew, we were gonna start strong, we were gonna finish strong. And that hurt my heart when he went to Snow Hill my senior year, but it is what it is.
Ben Tate played in the NFL. For those of you who didn't know, he played running back with the.
With Texans.
Texans for a little while?
Browns for a little bit.
Yeah.
And Steelers, I think.
Yeah. He had a couple good years in there. Ben Tate could move, man.
Local pride. I like that.
Shout out to Ben Tate.
Yeah, man. His family, man, they're local.
They're still local?
They're still at the crib. You know what I mean?
Still on the shore, as they say.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So now, as far as the University of Maryland shore where we're at right here, like growing up here as a kid on the shore, what how often did you come to campus? Field trips, like, so what did you feel your relationship was like as a kid, and then obviously now professionally it's a different relationship, but what do you feel like your relationship and then the community's relationship is with the University of Maryland Eastern Shore?
Growing up, man, we didn't really come here for as many trips. I think we talked about it a little bit off air. We came for the normal things, health expos and like job fairs and stuff, but it wasn't, I didn't really realize that the Shore was a D1 school until I got in probably middle school. I didn't understand it. No one ever broke that down to us that we have, a D1 school here in our backyard. Even looking at it from a basketball standpoint, man, I know some guys now from what I do and some homies that I grew up with, phenomenal basketball players that just weren't recruited by UMES. I don't know what the reasoning, behind it is, but we weren't like really introduced to the Shore as an option. Even SU wasn't that big of an option for me until probably my sophomore, junior year.
Do you think it was more of a standpoint of people's like, I'm trying to get off the shore?
Right. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Because that's what I'm thinking, because they feel like, hey, if I'm from here,
I don't want to go down the street just to go to, even though it's a massive university, I don't want to go, down the street.
It's funny you bring that up because, man, a lot of people that do end up going off, man, they end up coming back.
Right.
End up coming back after about a year. I knew somebody that went to University of Hawaii, and we're all like,
Hawaii?
Wow, okay, cool. We'll never see you again. But kudos to you. Man, year and a half back. Just couldn't. They were like, man, it's different. When you're here, you're used to that. And even myself, my big probably top 5, top 6 was SU, Morgan State, Towson, Hampton, Bowie. I think I did apply to the shore. I think I got in, but it was just kind of like, at that point, I felt obligated. I was like, man, I'm here.
Right, it's a local school.
Yeah, I might as well. Let me see what's up with it. But I was ready to go to Hampton. I was ready to go, and I think I shared this story with you. Man, I was ready to go to Hampton. I was all set. Hey. Man, we go on that visit. It's a Friday.
Oh, yeah. Fridays at Hampton? That's a story in itself.
If you've never been to Hampton on a Friday, it's lovely.
Especially the weekend for a football weekend,
lovely.
too?
It's lovely around there.
So this was spring.
So
this was spring, so I'm ready to go.
On now.
Even better.
And I mean, y'all were talking about, the year you were born. I was born in 87, so
87.
Yeah, 80 baby. So we get there. At that time in 05, my senior year, we wearing some baggy clothes a little bit. We on our Dickies and thermals and everything. So I had her matching. I had the hat with the Dickies, with the long sleeve thermal on under it. So we get there, we're at the student center, and we're in a group. Everybody else is looking around, doing their thing. And I'm just like, this is where I want to be at next year. I'm happy, smiling ear to ear. And one of the ladies that works there, she comes up to me. She was like, you got to take your hat off. I turn around. I don't go here. I'm on my official visit. I'm hoping to be here next year, because this is great. Well, we don't wear hats inside, so you need to take it off. I look at her like, but I'm telling you, I don't know the norm because I don't go here. I'm sorry. But it was the way she approached it. At that point, man, I looked at my parents. They looked at me. We kind of had that smirk, like, y'all just lost out.
Yeah.
Hey, you just lost out.
Come on, Hampton.
It's about the experience. I get that. Like, you probably understand why she was saying it now, but
Were you
it's
17, 18?
Their perception of how you see things when you come into those types of situations. If that weren't to happen, you probably would have ended up going there.
Oh, I would have. Man, it was a done deal. It was a done deal, but I took that to heart. I took that like, man, you kind of.
Was it what she was saying or how she was saying it?
It was a little bit of both. Like at that point, man, I don't mind taking my hat off, but growing up in that small area, I always know to respect your elders, respect women, respect adults. But I felt like you're not giving me that same respect. It would be different, if I had my pants all the way down to my knees. That wasn't the case. I just wasn't dressed, I guess, the norm that they were used to. But that's cool. That's fine. But man, it's all how you talk to people. So
that one thing.
Man, yeah, man, it hurt.
That's crazy.
It hurt, man, because I was, like I said, I was ready to go. It was Hampton, it was SU, and it might have been like Towson. Those were my big three. And I never told my parents that. Never told them. They just kind of knew, because we liked the Hampton, Virginia area. I was like, man, I'm out. You're not going to talk to me. You're not going to talk to me in front of my parents like this on a Friday.
Right.
And I got my fresh fit on that I ironed the night before.
Prepared to come on this trip.
You're not gonna talk to me that way.
Wow.
So I was out, man. I was out, and I think I made the right decision. I definitely think I made the right decision. People kind of ask me now, growing up, like, man, why'd you go to SU? That's white school. Man, school. I got a great education. I'm doing great things in the community, and I'm bringing people together. I'm bringing demographics that normally wouldn't. You know, you've seen it. I mean, I had meetings with Rotary clubs, Optimist clubs that are giving thousands of dollars to a youth basketball league that has mostly, you know, African-American black kids, ethnic kids in it, and they have no problems. I'm not saying that, you know, things would have changed if I hadn't gone to SU, but I don't know if they would. So,
yeah.
So
right. What's the one thing you kind of take away from your experience at kind of SU overall? If you had to pinpoint it to one thing, and you could kind of summarize your 4-year college experience into one kind of sentence, what would it be?
I'll give you the question again, man. You want the real or you want
I want the real. This is a real show. We're talking about real issues on this show.
I'll give you
I want
both.
the real issues.
Man, SU, I learned how to party, man. I learned
That's respectable.
Hey,
I respect that.
I learned how to party because, again, like, people would come from Morgan or Bowie, like, yo, I'm coming up for the weekend, man. Y'all know y'all probably not doing anything. And I was like, well, come on, campus.
We can find something.
We can find something to do.
Something to do. It's good. By Sunday, they're like, yo, it's like this every week? I'm like, yeah, we start about Wednesday, Thursday. But no, besides that, man, perseverance. Like I said earlier, just that counselor kind of telling me, you know, some things, trying to speak some things in my spirit and in my heart that wasn't true. So I had to learn, you got to pave your own way. You pave your own way, and you do what is on your heart. It's not what other people think. So I think perseverance is really, really the key.
What's if you were to answer that question, that same question you gave him, if you was about this school?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm obviously I'm 2 weeks away from graduation. I'm still processing it. I haven't thought about it.
I thought this was a real show.
This is honestly, a real show, and people have been asking me that question for like the last month and a half. I just pushing it off. And
what's the last 2 weeks gonna do?
What
can happen in the last 2 weeks?
Nothing really. But okay, I'll give it to you as this. It's a chance. How would I summarize it? It's a chance to grow. I think I've grown a lot from my freshman year to now. Jeez, and all the things that I've done at this university. But it's just the chance to do something that people couldn't believe that you could do. That's how I kind of summarize my journey here, and just following the right proper steps to put myself in, right places to be where I want to be, and a little bit of determination and a little bit of people telling you, no, you can't do this, and saying, well, screw that. I'm still going to do, what's in the best interest of me and where I want to go in my life. And I thank those people, and they know that. I'll thank them and say, hey, I'm where I am today because of, decisions that have happened.
All right, let's see. Now I got a question. You got me thinking now.
What's up?
You got me thinking. So is there any piece of, because I know for myself, when you're a freshman, you can't wait to get on campus. You smiling ear to ear. You just want to be a part of everything that's going on. You just want to be a piece. Is there any part of that, like, excited, jovial freshman, like, still there? Like, is there a piece?
Completely. And I'll say this, and it's one of the things that I learned in high school with this speaker that we've learned, and I keep it with me to this day, is E plus R equals O. Your events plus your reaction equal your outcomes.
Okay.
And so just being in the right place and kind of your reactions to certain events that have happened, whether it's in your personal life or your academic life, puts you in certain outcomes in certain situations. Yeah, part of me that excited 18-year-old freshman that I still have the picture of when I posed next to the, the opening sign at UMES right when you come in. My first day here, before I even stepped on campus, I still have that picture. I still look back. I was like, wow, that was a young guy. Didn't know what I was walking into.
But you made it through.
I made it through. Woo!
Man, somebody asked me like a couple weeks ago about college.
Right.
And I think I may have mentioned it on the show too. There's only 2 days in college I remember start to finish. It's the first day I got there and the last day I was there. I remember what I had on.
Yeah.
Like it's like,
yeah.
I remember loading up the truck.
I can tell you what I had on my first day too.
Yep. Freshman, I remember mom, dad don't even help me unload. Like, don't help me.
I got this.
Like, well, once we got everything in the room, I'm like, all right, bye.
Right.
Like, get out of here. I remember that. Me and my boy started walking. And
Mom's in the car.
No, she wasn't crying.
Really?
No, man.
Wow.
That's
not
a
in
myth.
front of me.
I think it's a myth.
Not in front of me.
I honestly think it's a myth.
No,
I mean, parents cry. Don't get me wrong. But they bounce back. Or I think my parents and some of the parents of like my friends and stuff, they bounce back quicker than they think.
Right.
Man, I remember because when I was in undergrad, when I was at South Carolina State, and I used to be an orientation leader. I remember we was taking somebody on the tour, like whatever we was doing. I can't remember, but I was in that dorm, and that it was a girl's dorm, and she was giving her mom that hug, right before they go. Yeah. And bro, her mom was like boo-hoo crying, like ugly face.
But I think
makeup.
For parents,
was it one where she had like catch?
No, she was just like, well, I think like I guess the dad was there, kind of saying it's gonna be all right.
But I think it's just realizing
crying.
that you've made it, to like this next spot in your life.
Well, here's another thing too, though. Because I'm a different kind of dude.
At least that's the way my parents thought of it.
When I was 16, 17 years old, telling my parents like, "Yo, I'm about to blow through that. I'm gonna get a like I told my mom when I was 16 I was gonna have a master's. By the time I was 22, 23, and I did like. I'm telling you, like, so for them, I guess I don't know. Maybe they just feel like this is the next stop. Plus, I mean, my mom went to school there, so I knew I was gonna see her in a few weeks at like a football game or something. Right. So it was all good. But like, they were not crying, and then. They weren't crying. My brother was still in school down there at the time, so like,
right? They've been through it before.
Yeah, they kind of been through it before, but it was a little different because the way me and my brother like went to school was like just a different situation. But yeah, like I was ready to go. I was like, look, y'all get back in the car, go home, right? Call me when y'all get there. Like I was out. And so that's what I'm saying. Like I can remember everything about that day, and then I remember everything about the last day. Shout out to my roommate Keith. Woke up. You appreciate this, Derek. Woke up, and I hear "Good morning," and I'm like, "Huh?" And then it was the Kanye West graduation album. We played it all the way through, like 3-4 times, like just back to back. As we was in there, getting our room together. Recovering from the last night, you know what I'm saying? Because that was the time I was like, man, it's crazy. Because I'm like, yo, I'm out of here, like, I'm out of here. And
that part hasn't hit me.
So
yet.
Give it time.
Yeah. So all the memories was with me then, and then it's crazy. The funniest part about college, and you probably know this too. Like when you talk to some people from college, like years after you've been out. They gonna bring up stories you don't even remember.
Oh yeah.
And when I was talking about, somebody told me so. I was like, I said that. I was like, well, I appreciate. I'm glad I was, I was there for you. You know what I'm saying? I said at least no. I was like, hey, your first impression of me was that I was a good person, so I'll take that. But I was like, sweetheart, I don't remember none. I don't remember none of that.
I'm not looking forward to that part. The wedding, like the roasting at the wedding. I'm looking forward to that part because the stories are just gonna be like great.
Nah, listen, man. That's the thing. I don't even I've been in a wedding and they didn't give me the mic. It probably was for the best, but it's probably for the best. But no, seriously, I haven't been at a wedding where I like had the mic and none of that. But I'm like, I don't think I would try to embarrass anybody. I'll probably just try to tell a funny story. But so I hope whenever that kind of day come for me, I wouldn't try to think about it. But man. Whew, good old college, man. Yep. It's no time like it. It's no time like There's no time like this time.
I'm so grateful for it though.
There's no time like this time.
The one thing I'll say, man, is during these next 2 weeks, man, just reflect.
Yeah.
Take the time to reflect on it. I mean, I reflect now on different things, even like the music that I was listening to at that time.
Yeah.
Like I feel like, I don't be biased, I feel like I went to school during a pinnacle time in hip hop. Like that's when Wayne was dropping mixtape after mixtape after mixtape after mixtape. iPods was starting to get big. So at that point,
were you in college when Carter 3 dropped?
What year was that? Nah, I don't think so. I was out.
No, Carter 3 came out when I was in the 10th grade. So that was that in the 10th grade? I was in high school. So
Carter 1
I think it was like Carter 3 was like 08 maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 07.
07,
Yeah.
08?
It was maybe 08, yeah. But I graduated 09.
Yeah, so man, yeah.
Because I came in 05,
Wow.
so I still, like I saw the rise. I saw the rise.
My brother says, bruh, you have no idea what it's like to be in a college party when Lollipop rocked.
You don't.
I was like, I can only imagine.
The thing is this. So imagine that. All right, imagine that here on the shore of UMES. Yeah, you got it. Everything's good. Now imagine you're at SU and everybody. It don't matter what color. Everybody.
Yeah.
You walk into parties that you don't know people, and they're like, "Oh, you got that new Wayne? And go plug it in."
Plug it in.
Okay,
But
cool.
that was to me. I think that was high school for me because I never forget this day. It's crazy. I remember. So I went. Down when you go to school in like the deep South, it's like you see some weird stuff. I laugh sometimes with like memes and stuff about the deep South. A lot of them aren't true, but some of them are. And I remember No Ceilings was out. And I got to school, me and my boys, we kind of just, chilling. And I remember this big truck, dirty truck. He's probably over the weekend. What, mud bogging? Is that what they call it? Mud, whatever they call it. Whatever. Messing up their daddy's truck. That's all they doing. Dirty truck come in, got Confederate flag on the back, little sticker, but No Ceilings was blasting out of his car.
Interesting.
I'm like,
Huh?
So you gonna roll up in here? You know what I'm saying? Basically, like, I don't want y'all around here.
But when I
get to school, this Lil Wayne gonna be playing. And I was like, this is crazy. But I mean, that was so. During that time, I can remember being around all like races of people and stuff like that when I would be in high school, and like certain songs like kind of captured everybody. And so I can only imagine like on the college level. But for me, when I got to college that freshman year, it was Round of Applause. The Flocka song, that was crazy. That was ballistic. You probably was in like middle school. That Round of Applause, man. I was like, this different. And then, listen, Round of Applause.
That Roscoe Dash joint.
And No Hands. That No Hands with Wale.
Already knew.
And Roscoe Dash, that was crazy.
All the classics.
Man, but see, I was coming up on the grind with Wale, though. When Nike boots hit, you couldn't find Nike boots.
You know what's funny? My dog,
in the area.
My boy who I grew up with, he still kind of mess with me sometimes to this day. I was in high school, we was about to play a basketball game, and everybody, listen, whatever. I was listening to Wale, one of the Wale mixtapes. This is before he was with MMG, I think. And this is before Ross and all that. And I was listening to Wale in the locker room. People was like, bro, what is that? I was like, this dude Wale. Like, he liked that. They was like, where he from? He's like, because at the time, like, you get what's in your area. Yeah. So, like, I heard J. Cole early because I was in the Carolinas. I heard, we always hear the Atlanta people early. But I was like, no, this dude, I was like, he from D.C. I was like, he from D.C. He nice. He nice. And, like, everybody was like, yeah, whatever. And then, like, a year later when he, like, popped, everybody tried to be like, oh, yeah, I've been on Wale. And then my boy was like, nah, Ralan, like, been on Wale. I was on Wale early. And so that was like my claim to fame. My claim, but I was first one listening to Wale, and when we was in my high school locker room, my brother watching this, he know I put him on J. Cole. I was first one. He was see, that's what I said. My brother was in college. I was in high school, and I put him on J. Cole.
Let it be stated for the record.
My brother know. He know. Evan, I put you on J. Cole, and he don't deny it. But I was just reiterating for him. But so I was like, those are my 2 times. Like I was listening to that around that time. So like, sometimes it's funny how music like kind of It's kind of like the soundtrack of your life a little bit.
Yeah, I get that.
It really is, because you can kind of like people. I'm not talking about one hit wonder type people, but people that like kind of grow,
who constantly
kind of
evolve, and
yeah, you kind of remember
give out good music.
So for you being here, what was the one for you? Why you been in school? Like, what's the song like you'll hear it and be like, yo, that kind of reminds me of college?
For me, I'm gonna be honest. It's not rap.
It don't have to be.
It's the Hamilton soundtrack. Came out September of 2015. I've been on campus like 3 weeks.
Shout out to Hamilton. Yo, Hamilton.
I have played Hamilton so often, I've worn it out of my phone. Finals, midterms, long projects, all-nighters.
Is that your like your studying? Like,
no, I can't listen to it now because I just get too hyped off of it now. Now that the Disney Plus, the whole film thing is out now, I can't. I just like perfect. But I tell you what, this is what fits perfectly in that time frame. My drive directly from my dorm room to my house is just about a little over 2 hours. I can basically fit in the full recording out, the whole soundtrack. Mm-hmm. From the door of UMES to the door of my house.
That's what's up.
So that's like when I think of driving down to the shore, Hamilton is it.
That's what's up. That's his riding music.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Can I get hyped off some Hamilton? My gosh.
I like that.
Great.
I like that. See, when I study, what do you listen to when you study though?
Oh, jazz, classical music, a little blues, a little R&B.
Okay.
What would you listen to when you study?
Man, look, when I was in school,
yeah, when you was in school.
Man, when I was in school, it's gonna sound crazy, but I was big on the Neptunes. I was big on the Neptunes and NERD. Like I remember
for real, man.
I remember like hopping on the NERD train before it was cool for like black dudes to be wearing skinny tees,
right?
Vans.
That's
you got the body for it though. I couldn't I tried to wear some skinny jeans one time, it didn't work out.
Man, look, I was wearing Vans. I was wearing Famous Stars and Stripes and all that stuff.
Vans.
And
I did wear Vans early.
People were looking at me crazy. Like, man, what's he wearing? Yo, we wearing Jordans. Cool, you can wear Jordans. I like Jordans, don't get me wrong, but I can kick these Vans for $40 and something happens
and
to
have
them.
5-6 pairs and you good.
I'm okay. Yeah. So that was my thing. But, now
I didn't get my first pair of Vans until senior year of high school.
Hey, what?
Yeah, I was late. I still don't have a pair of Jordans. So if anybody wants to donate to the Jordans fund, I'll gladly take a pair. I've been looking for the golf shoes that are in Jordans, and I haven't.
We gotta get you some Jordans.
I didn't get my first. I bought my first pair of Jordans when I was either sophomore or sophomore in college. Yeah, 5 red 4s, baby.
That was the first pair that you physically bought yourself?
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. First pair I had. And then I think the next one was, then my homeboy was working at a shoe store, got some Chrome 8s.
Chrome 8s, man. They're slept on.
Bro, I play basketball in those now.
Because they're comfortable.
The big thing I remember were the Concords. That's what I remember.
Oh, yeah.
That was the biggest thing
People
ever.
was dying.
Oh, get yourself a pair of Concords.
Concord, here's my thing, and I know, look, people will be mad with me. I'm sure.
You think they hype?
No, I'm not gonna say that they're hype, because I got the Concord lows, I got the cool grays, I got.
I'm about to say,
he's seen it.
You more of a sneak, yeah. He more of a sneak.
I got a little bit, but man, they're not comfortable. Like for me, every day, and I guess where I'm active.
Yeah, you walking around.
I'm doing different things. Yeah. Man, Concord is just, I don't know how dudes hooping them, to be honest.
I feel like that with the ones I got. I don't know how people play, but I don't know how Michael Jordan played basketball in those shoes, dog. The ones are not comfortable. Like they're the most stylish. Like as far as
they go with everything.
They're all purpose. You can wear them with jeans, you can wear them with joggers, you can wear them with shorts. But so my ones, I bring my ones out every now and then. But
special occasions.
Yeah, man.
I bring them out every now and then. But
So hold on, before we get off that means my man he's never embarked on that journey of getting that fresh pair.
No, I haven't.
Where you not trying to crease them.
No, well I've done it with golf shoes, but like I haven't done it with a pair of Jordans.
This is different. This is the process.
I've had an experience. So if anybody wants to donate to the Langston Get a Pair of Jordans Fund, DM me.
I wear them, dog. When I walk, if I have my Jordans on, like I walk, but I walk a tad bit slower.
You glide.
Huh?
You glide.
Yeah.
You don't really walk.
Slower. I can't crease them boys, man. I spent too much money
Interesting.
on that. Too much money on that.
I don't get the shoe culture.
Now Ralan is not going to be spending thousands of dollars on shoes.
Oh,
I don't buy shoes to collect. I buy shoes to wear.
Right.
So that's number one. Now, I'm not so like wrapped up into where I got to get the new pair when they always coming out. That's not my thing. If I see something that I like, I'll kind of, go for them. But for me, I like my shoes are pretty all purpose. Like I do Air Max sometimes. I wear some Jordans. I got some Toms. I got some Vans, slides. I got some rainbows. You know what I mean? It's summertime coming. Them toes going to be out. Pedicure or not, toes got to be out. Be confident in who you are. I need some new pair of rainbows actually. But so I hey, I got a shoe cam right there. Come on, man. These my work shoes, man. They ain't like them.
But they Nike. Shout out to Nike though.
Yeah, these just my shoes for work. I had to run earlier today. I ran across the grass earlier today. Oh, I was just like,
not the campus grass.
I had to run. I was late to something. I was like, oh man, I gotta go. Whew. So, but yeah, man. I mean, I'm not really. I mean, the shoe culture is it's its own thing. You know what I mean? So I get into it
one of these days.
And so, but I've only waited in line one time.
For shoes?
Yeah.
I waited in line.
No,
really?
It's real. I've never camped out.
I've never camped. No. We're not camping out. I'm not spending no night in the mall. But I knew the gate was opening at, let's just say 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And I got there. If it was opening, I got there like 30 minutes before the gate was opening.
Nope.
And so what happened was I got lucky because I wear size 12. And there's a lot of you guys out there that wear 10s and 11s. So you're struggling. But
struggle real.
I remember what, bro.
10 and a half for 11.
I remember when I wore a 10 and a half, my size was never, I feel like anytime I went up and said, hey, can I get these in 10 and a half? They'll come back a few minutes, we got a 12. So I always can find shoes. If you wear 12, 13, bro, I'm not worried about finding shoes. But for Jordans, a lot of times they'll send like 2 pair of size 12s to the store and it'd be like 8 or 9 pair. But I waited, I got lucky. A lot of people in there, 10 and a half, 10. Anybody looking for a 12?
Come on, up to the front.
So I went right on up to the front. Got my Jordans. Tried them boys on before I left, and then we was good. I had the Jordans on.
Yeah, shoe culture just haven't. You don't got to golf shoes yet.
No, I'm saying
I do with golf shoes.
Everybody spend their money in certain ways. You know what I'm saying?
But like for a pair of Jordans.
But this is the other thing too. I like to, you know what I'm saying. I like for the outfit to be like kind of.
Oh, same.
No. What I mean is like it is proportion. Like if you say you dressing nice, you got swag as far as what you wearing, but you got the $300 Jordans on,
right? The shoes
but you
are
wearing
star
a $10 white shirt. No, I'm not. That don't count. That don't count. You got
over here laughing.
You know what I'm saying?
Look at him. He's trying not to laugh.
That don't count.
I mean, because you gotta look at it like this, man. Somebody done spent a grip on the shoes.
I know, but I would rather spend like $100 on the shoes, $100 on the jeans, $100 on the...
I'm not spending...
I'm not spending...
Right, please
All right, people.
Hypothetically.
This is hypothetical. I'm not spending $100 on a t-shirt, but that's what I'm kind of more of like... All right, I won't spend $300 on the shoes, but I may spend $100, $150 on the shoes, but that other money I'll use like on the rest of the outfit or like some type of accessory or something.
Interesting.
I mean? It didn't get, you know what I'm saying? Like I got mad scarves. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't really go anywhere, do anything this year, so I ain't really wear them a lot, but I got a lot of scarves.
Well, guess what? When the world opens back up, we can finally go outside and not wear a mask. So, hey, still make sure you go get your shot. But, hey, your fit's already.
Yeah, scarves are coming out. So, we went all around, all over the place. So, Derek, we had this quarantine. This is kind of, as Langston said last week, it's been the question of the season. What was your quarantine entertainment? Like, what did you do during the quarantine to kind of, hey, I'm in the side, but How we gonna get this entertainment popping?
Man, I exercised. I worked out. Like the routine was cool in the beginning, and then a month later, you're like, man, I'm still doing the same thing every single day. But I would work out, do a little bit of work, and then man, I'll hop on YouTube. I was discovering music, man. I was discovering music. I started really getting into the Tiny Desk series.
I love the Tiny Desk.
Yo,
man, it's an intimate vibe, man. It's
right,
an intimate vibe. But just listen to different music and introducing my kids to like different things. I got a record player during that time. Got my Stevie Wonder, my Michael Jackson. Even got my dad. Got him one for Christmas this year. But, man, just listen to music because I mean that was something you could do. It's a nice day outside, man. Look, blare that music and keep it going.
Nice,
sure. For sure. What's been one of your favorite Tiny Desks, Langston?
My favorite, my go-to that I go back to is Gregory Porter, who is a jazz artist. Wears a what is it called? A kangaroo hat, kind of a flat bill hat. Always wears a face cover. His face is never showing. As far as like the side of his face is never showing. Typically 3-piece suit, jeans, real classic. Like when you think of like a classic man, like that's what it looks like. And has an incredible voice, and his message with his music is bar to none. Right. Highly check him out. Gregory Porter. Go check him out.
What, you in the Hamilton? Yeah. Have you seen The Roots?
I have.
This? You like that?
I have seen the mixtape with the Roots when they did the Hamilton mixtape.
The tuba?
With the
I'm talking about their Tiny Desk. When they came in with the tuba.
I think I have, but it's been a minute.
Bro, it was, listen.
I think I have, but it's been like a minute. I'll go back and watch it tonight.
The Roots one.
Come on now.
Tom Misch, for sure. Tom Misch, for sure. You would like Tom Misch. You would like Tom Misch. He's not hip hop. He's not really R&B. He's not really pop. He's kind of like
he's a mess.
He's a mess.
He's his own thing
because he has like some jazzy stuff. He does a little R&B. He's throwing some rappers on some songs. He's like this really skinny, like tall white guy. Plays the guitar. Tom Misch is dope. Like he's really dope.
I would check him out.
His Tiny Desk was pretty dope. And then, I mean, the Roots, obviously, they had a good one. Kurt Franklin's was really good.
I watched Kurt Franklin. Man, I was having a church in my room.
I told you the other day. The Kurt Franklin Tiny Desk.
It was good.
Man,
it was really good.
Dog, I can't.
Let me tell you about Kurt Franklin. He's been around for so long.
I know.
This man, like, I don't know, it was like a 08, 09, something within the span of that time, just had like a reincarnation of himself. He's like this cool, laid back kind of pop gospel artist now. I love his music.
Because he had to, though. That's called a rebranding.
Well, that too.
Shout out to Kirk Franklin's team. That's what it is. Shout out to Kirk Franklin's team because that was a definite rebranding.
But and he still sounds amazing.
But I think every musical artist, if you've been around that long, you got to rebrand.
Yeah,
you got to. Jay-Z don't sound like he did when he don't sound like Taylor Swift rebranded.
Yeah.
So like,
you think Jay rebranded or the core stayed the same, but it was just the delivery
with the culture.
I think everybody's like the core of them stays the same, but obviously what you talk about has to change. I think.
Not necessarily. Push a T. Throw him in there. Put. So I saw the reason
he's been talking about selling cocaine for 20 years. He really has. He's been talking about, look, and it's worked for him. And I like Pusha T. You know what I'm saying? But also, it's a reason for. It's like when we like, yo, who the new dudes right now? Like even when Pusha T first came out, it was like, all right. Even when he went solo, when his brother stopped rapping, he still was it was like, all right, we rock with Pusha T. But like, he's never been like, he's never regarded, this is going to be my hip hop head coming out of me. We never regarded Big Pusha T the way we regard Big Sean, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, even though he killed Drake in the battle.
There's a reason. There's a reason
even Meek
behind
Mill
it.
to Wale, even Meek Mill to a certain extent, Rick Ross, all these people I just named came out quote unquote after Pusha T.
There's a reason though. He doesn't put out.
And this is no disrespect to Pusha T.
No, not at all. He just doesn't put out the bodies of work that those artists. I feel like those artists put more out. But I will preface it with this though. With Pusha T, he took a little bit of time off, especially when he got on with good music and he was president. He wasn't doing as much music, right? I just saw something like probably a week ago, and people were talking. I mean, he's working. He's always working. But people were talking about like during that time. It was before it. Man, we're getting tired of hearing that drug rap. We tired of hearing that drug rap. You don't have him for a little bit, and then people are like, man.
Where's the drug rap?
Where's the drug rap? Right? I'm in the gym, and I mean, but certain music, like you said, gets you hyped.
Yeah,
but maybe I need to revamp my my workout playlist. But for me, my workout playlist is pretty like set. Like as far
then don't change it.
I mean, no, I don't change it much. Like I kind of. For me, when I think about working out, I kind of go more to like an artist. Like if I need me a workout song, a new workout song, even before like DMX, RIP, like I was like, yo, I know DMX has got something for me. I know Migos has something for me for the gym. You know what I mean? 50 Cent in the club, that's on my workout playlist from here to eternity. It don't have to be as soon as you hear Go Shawty, it's your birthday, you got
You ready to go.
You ready. The last rep is coming. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. I think more like on the workout tip, you kind of go more to the artist, but I mean, you know, that's what I was saying. But but I'm saying like as far as like how them dudes like Rick Ross was bubbling, then he blew. Drake blew. Wale bubble blew. Like all those dudes I just named. Even YG. You know what I'm saying?
YG.
You know, YG, that's my West Coast dude. Cause I was like, cause he was kind of
Diggs.
YG and Stephon Diggs are the same person. I'm convinced.
They
Google YG and Google Stephon Diggs, people. That is the same person.
They are.
That is the exact same person. One plays football, one raps, but they just
doppelganger.
But I'm telling you, YG and Stephon Diggs are the same person. I never seen them in the same place at the same time. I need to see Stephon Diggs at a YG concert before I believe, or I need to see YG at a Buffalo Bills game before I believe they're not the same person.
Holding a balloon, eating a sugar cookie.
They might need to take a picture together. Them two are the same person. YG and Stephon Diggs, both very good at their professions, by the way. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Because YG was kind of like, you know, I mean, I'm a down south west, East Coast guy, but I used to like Snoop Dogg, and then went to Snoop Dogg to The Game. We used to listen to The Game's album all the time. We play AAU, and then we, went on to YG and then Kendrick. So I got a couple of people I be listening to, but Tom Misch though. Get the Tom Misch's Tiny Desk. Was Jordan Ray Kai.
Jordan Ray Kai.
He's dope.
I'm surprised you ain't say Snow.
Oh well, I was saving the best for last. Snow Allegra. She's a talent.
Right.
She got the baby hairs, man.
She do. Ari Lennox.
Yeah.
Got a good Tiny Desk. Summer Walker too. So I mean, I don't know.
There's a whole bunch of.
There's so many. Like there's every genre of music is on that thing. Like it's crazy how the Tiny Desk is. And then even now when they're doing them at home, that's pretty dope too. Justin Bieber just had one too.
Say again?
Justin Bieber did one.
Yeah.
Like you saw that one?
No, I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard about it.
His whole little thing going on.
I don't know.
I think so.
I'm trying to. It's been at least a month. It may be borderline 2 months since I saw the Justin Bieber Tiny Desk, but it's dope though.
But I like it how they're short. They're like 15 minutes, real short, in and out, 3 or 4 songs.
Mm-hmm.
Peace.
Yeah, I'm gonna need. I'm trying to think I'm gonna need J. Cole to get on that thing and quit playing. Him and Kendrick, they get on Kendrick.
How do you do that in a Tiny Desk setting though?
I mean, people doing them at home. Jack Harlow's was at home.
But I like
Justin Bieber was at home.
The thing that I like about the series is it's so stripped back and not a whole bunch of production for the most part. It's very hear
it's
the
intimate.
words, hear the words, here's the message. Not a whole bunch of production value to it.
Yeah, I mean, if you do it at home, like there's people who do it at home. I like the ones at home from the standpoint of you kind of get to see them even more in their element because some decide to do it in like Rick Ross. I'm pretty sure Rick Ross was in like a basement or something, maybe. He had to do the dude with the pink hair kept singing. I'm like, get out of the way. Jesus Christ, you are just blowing minds right now.
You know one we forgot?
What?
Polo G. The Polo G one wasn't bad, and I know that's a fresher one.
I haven't seen that one.
You ain't gonna like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you probably wouldn't like that one.
I ain't gonna wait. I ain't gonna let you waste 10 minutes of your life.
I mean, but here's the thing. It's something for you to try. For me, it was the energy of it, not necessarily the message, but it was different.
He did have a theme with his.
Yeah, all the rest of them were in a home setting.
Yeah, his was outside.
Yeah, it was outside, and it was cool.
Then all of them was wearing like Laker jerseys, but like they was wearing like
different.
Somebody had like a Magic Johnson, somebody had Kareem, somebody had like Jerry West. I think he was wearing LeBron. I think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of course, the king. How you feel? I know this is off, but do you think LeBron James could ever take Michael Jordan?
I think they're two
separate
things.
Take him
take him over? Like you think people ever be like, yeah, you think there ever be a point where people like, hey, LeBron James better than Michael Jordan? I know that was just random.
No.
You don't think so?
I think they're two separate people and two separate bodies of work.
I think we just get hyped up too much in that, man. I think we get hyped up too much in it because here's the thing, and I know it's a lot of people, again, might not like this. Some of the things that Bron is doing, I'm talking like just in general, outside of basketball, Jordan didn't do. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna be real from a standpoint of what I see kid wise, and I'll put it this way:
my man started school.
Yeah,
he did start school, and there may be things that Jordan did that we just didn't hear about because there wasn't the social media pitch there. It's the same token with Marshawn Lynch. People hated on him so much because he don't want to talk to reporters. You know, he's stubborn. He just kind of wants to do his own thing. He wants to play football, which he's paid to do. He wants to take care of his family, which he's supposed to do. And he wants to give back to the community something that is valuable to him. What's wrong with that? Like what is wrong with that in that sense? You know what I mean? But back to LeBron, I don't know. I don't think it necessarily matters because I don't think people are gonna let it. I don't think anybody ever is going to say, "Yo, you better than Jordan." NBA.
Yeah, no, I was just talking. I mean, I don't think you can compare them, and it is really going to even matter either way. So I'll just go with that. But that just hit me. But for sure, we have to remember, But no, seriously, on the Tiny Desk tip, I think you're like Tom Mish, Jordan Rekai, and then the Roots for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Those three. I think those three. And then you have to. What's the guy's name? You said you liked.
Gregory Porter.
Gregory Porter. Gregory Porter. I had to check it out.
President Anderson loves Gregory Porter.
She does.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got some.
You want to get in conversation with President Anderson? Go walk up to her and talk about hey, check out Gregory Porter. Yeah, you'll be in a conversation for like 15 minutes.
There you go.
Great.
Oh, okay.
There you go. So, Derek, I know we've kind of been all over the place, but as far as what position you're at now in Worcester County, kind of tell everybody what you're doing now. I shouldn't say what you're doing now. What's getting started up now, and then what kind of things you want to build on for the next few years.
Man, we're just happy to have programs, man. I'm currently running youth soccer, which is great. We're just under 300 kids, which coming out of a pandemic, man, not too many departments and not too many leagues in our area are doing numbers like that. So we've got that. We're actually working on some stuff coming up for the fall. I mean, our summer slate is great with summer camps, specialty camps, your special, baseball, softball, soccer camps, the norm. Like that's all back, but I'm excited for fall because that's when we get back to some of those community givebacks, health fairs. We do a track or treat event where kids are able to come in and see different vendors, get candy, and it was cool this year because that was the only, like, quote unquote, trick or treating that Snow Hill kind of Pocomoke area had. So to come to the rec center and have that opportunity, for me that was special because we see a lot of kids that, let's be honest, on this side of the county, it's not always the greatest atmosphere for them. There's not always that many experiences. So to be able to have some things like that kind of coming back and we're able to build on, man, I'm excited. I'm excited for tournaments. Man, we haven't had tournaments, basketball, volleyball, soccer. We haven't had that stuff go on in over a year. So to see kids, it's weird when you're working out at the field, you're doing certain things, and then you're out there on a Saturday or a Sunday for a game, a tournament, and you hear kids. Like the first day, it tripped me out a little bit because I wasn't used to it.
Yeah,
wasn't used to hearing it for a while. But no, we're getting ready to go, and I mean, hopefully, fingers crossed. Next year, everything's wide open, and we're able to get UMES in on some things that we've got coming up with after-school programs. Our after-school programs are huge. They're huge, and not in a number standpoint, but in a standpoint of what it means to the community. A lot of parents and guardians, grandparents, they depend on that to be able to finish out their work day. So to be able to have a kid in, after-school flag football, it might only be, 8 kids. It's not a league, but it is a program that they enjoy, they learn something about it, and that parent and that guardian is able to finish out their day. So, man, I'm just excited for normalcy. That's
right. And get some kind of the chance for students to kind of interact with each other who haven't really interacted with one another in almost a year and a half, and kind of, development and, have some development, learn some life skills just throughout playing the game and kind of just being around people.
Get some off the technology. I mean, right now, that for the past year, technology has been our crutch because it's had to be. But, I mean, getting outside. Man, I just went to Dick's Sporting Goods a couple weeks ago, man. I was excited, man. We got a wiffle ball set, man. I'm good. We're hitting the ball. We got soccer balls. We got the pop-up goals and everything. But just being able to get my kids out and really enjoy the Eastern Shore for what it is, man. Eastern Shore has some hidden pockets, some hidden parks that a lot of people don't necessarily know about. But this year has been really, really good in highlighting them because – I mean, once spring, early summer hit last year, only thing you really could do was go to the beach, go to the parks. That's about it.
Yeah, I know, because I don't live far. Well, neither one of us live far from City Park, and before the pandemic, no matter what time of year, I would run through the City Park, and even though on the really, really nice days, it still wouldn't be a lot of people out there. Mm-hmm. But last summer, when they started to say, "Hey, you can go to the park again," that first time, I was like, man. Like they took over my park. Like I was like, I could, right? You can't, the trail, everything, it's not the same, but it's good. I was really good because I like seeing kids outside and playing, and the parents with them and stuff like that. So I'm like,
I think it's important. I think you can't, at least the way I view it, you can't really have a kid kind of sit behind a computer or an Xbox or whatever system they're on now. Go outside, go get some fresh air.
Got to.
Those are the life skills that matter. I'm not. Look, I've been an educator. I'm not going to knock education at all. But at the same time, kids need to be able to interact. They need to be able to, have a disagreement with you and understand your idea, but convey their idea in a way you can't necessarily do that over a computer. You have to physically talk to people. You have to be able to adapt. And now with schools opening back up, my kids being in there full time, man, it's been great. It's eased that load a little bit.
Can you tell the difference in them now that they're finally back with their friends?
Yeah, man, they're tired when they come home. But no, you can because you can see, even for me, like I said, it's tough when you're bouncing around with different events and activities. But your kids are coming home. This is what I did today. This is, what we need to bring in. My youngest, he's doing a penny ward at school. Like they're getting back into the stuff that they were doing. So for the kids, it's very important, but it's very good because their minds work a lot faster than ours, if you think about it. Mm-hmm. So we're all still thinking pandemic. Well, last year this, man, they're almost done with that. Like for them, if you're in school, all you know is I'm in school. I'm back to doing what I'm used to doing. So it's not, the only thing is really, them still wearing the mask and stuff, but it's not even, they're not really tripping over it. They've
kind of gotten so used to that it's kind of just part of the
It's
deal.
not a thing for them anymore.
Yeah, which it's funny. I was actually working last night at the Civic Center, and it was a dad. Like he was dropping one daughter off, and the other one was with him, and he had like the gator mask?
Yeah.
And he was talking to the other one, and then it fell down. So the mask like fell down as he was walking out of the door, and so he just kind of kept walking. And then his little daughter, who's she couldn't have been no more than 5 or 6. She's daddy mask. So it's like at even that young of an age, they just know, hey, this is what we do. So it's kind of, sometimes I think, I'm like, man, are they gonna be able to let them go when it's time to go? Because they used to masks now.
It's part of the checklist.
Right. Yeah, it's part of the
checklist. Because I know for us, man, we put our masks and stuff by like the door as you're leaving. Mm-hmm. I ask my kids, you have your mask, or I hop in. Oh man, gotta get your mask.
Wallet,
and they're
keys,
like,
phone,
and mask. And my youngest like, I got my mask right here, Daddy. Right. Okay, cool. You own it.
Awesome. Yeah, it's part of the wardrobe now.
Right. It's part of the wardrobe. It's a fashion thing now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Derek, appreciate you coming through, spending some time with us. Before we let you go,
where can the good people find you?
Where can they find me? Man, I'm on what, my social media and all that? Are you talking?
What websites can you go to for resources?
Man. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Snapchat. I'm on Instagram. I think I'm like DJarm or D_Jarm10. Or no, it's DJarm_10 on Instagram. But I'm actually more accessible than sometimes I would like. You know what I mean? It's one of them things where like you kind of got to be connected. You got to know what's going on in the community, so your face has to be out there. So I mean, Ralan can tell you sometimes I try to dip in the corner a little bit and chill out, and I'll go to the beach. Right. Man, you the guy that was doing the workout video?
Right?
Nah, man, it was another dude that had locks. That's not me.
But as far as resources, if people want to connect with you, get their kids in the summer camp or programs throughout the year going forward. What website
definitely,
resources?
PlayMarylandsCoast.org. And you can hit me up on my email. It's djarmon, JARMON, @MarylandsCoast.org. And we would love to have your kids in programs. And I even have, folks that reach out. It may not be for programs in our county, but they're asking for information on, different music programs just in the general area. So I'm always trying to funnel some folks to where they need to get to, man.
That's what's up. Appreciate it, Derek. Don't be a stranger. Glad you come to talk of the show, man. All right, so for our social media, on Twitter, Ray_Law12, R_Wardlaw on Instagram, Law to Land on Snapchat, Ralan Wardlaw on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Wow, you got them all today. You didn't forget.
Right there. Still no TikTok. You know why?
Because if it's really good, it'll be on Facebook and it'll be on Twitter.
Yep. Instagram too.
I'm at Langston Frazier on Twitter. You can follow me at Langston Frazier on LinkedIn. You can also follow my other podcast, the Langston Frazier Show podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes coming soon. So I'm excited about that. If you're looking for another podcast to listen to, the Honing Your Craft podcast with Jason Crafton and Fred Batchelor. Episode 5 coming soon. MarylandShorehawks.com and on our Facebook page. That's where you can find the links for that.
Also, Hawk Athletics has partnered with Route Run Apparel for these nice handy dandy masks.
Yes,
here
they're sweet
right here. So to stop the spread of COVID as much as possible, there's 4 different styles. So go over to Route One Apparel, RouteOneApparel.com, and search UMES, and you'll see nice mask there, and please support our Hawks and show your Maryland Eastern Shore pride.
Yeah, local business, the Maryland brand.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. So next week we're on a slight break. Langston's going out of town.
Yeah, going out of town, going to cover some college golf.
Speaking of golf, I was out there Tuesday. We out there. I mean, look, you know,
it was gorgeous this week. Great day to play some golf.
Listen, I played well.
Good
for me. For me, I played well.
Progress. That means when summer rolls around, you're gonna be ready.
I hope so.
So when you show up at my golf course, you can be like, I'm ready.
I'm ready. And it's funny because I got my first. I've never parred a par 4.
Right.
But not one, but 2 legit bogeys. Like
I'll
par
take
4.
It. I will take it.
5 shots twice on Tuesday. One was out of the sand too, so you already know. Like if that,
you trying to get up and down.
Listen, if that one didn't go in the sand, that was a par. You know what I mean? But I mean, I can't help. What happened was I hit the ball too far. That's what it was.
Oh, so now you got a distance. Now you got a distance
I hit
problem.
the ball too far. I was just playing. I didn't hit too far. I just had a little curve on the end there, and the sand was right by the green. But I chipped it out of there. Quick little 2-putt, and then the other one. Good off the tee on both of them, which isn't normal for me. And then the other one I kind of had to chip on, and I chipped on in 1 putt. So I got to the green. The first time I got to the green, on the 4th shot, I was, it was a long putt for par, so I knew I wasn't going to make it.
Right.
So just 2 putt, got the bogey. The other one, I chipped on and got close and then just knocked it in for the bogey.
Love it.
Listen, man, I was
you're getting good at this golf thing.
I was ecstatic for those 2, holes. So, but we getting somewhere. I got it's the tee box for me, man. If I can control that, we'll be okay.
You get off the tee, man.
I slowed down my backswing. That's what I did.
Slow backswing, fast downswing.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I slowed the backswing. A little bit more focus, and I'm feeling a little better. So hopefully it doesn't go too bad.
Don't.
But as always, follow your Hawks everywhere on Facebook, Eastern Shore Hawks, Twitter, ES Hawks Sports. Every team has their page from there. Use the hashtag Hawk Pride, hashtag Our Shore Our Team. Join in on the conversation with us using the hashtag TalkShore, and email us at mdtalkshore@gmail.com.
Yeah. Simple. As always, we've been tested for COVID.
Yes.
We are all negative. He has his shots. I have one. Derek, you got shots yet?
Look, I had my shots back in January.
See, he has his shots too. We all good. Of course, socially distant in the studio, of course, and our studio crew that's here. It's all masked up. Shout out to them for being here. Really appreciated our crew in the control room. We appreciate y'all as well. Yeah, make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Make sure you share it with somebody. We're on Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you tune in, subscribe, and share it with somebody. And we're also on YouTube. Talking to Shore podcast on YouTube. All 21 episodes are on there. And we do have some news. We almost hit 1,000 views on all.
Absolutely.
20 episodes to date. So we gotta keep this rolling. I feel really good.
All 21 episodes. Our podcast is legal. Our podcast can go to the bar now.
Yeah, man.
We get our podcast and sit down at the bar and have a drink.
There you go. But yeah, that's it for us. We plugged all our socials. We said, practicing COVID. Hey, if you didn't go get your shot, go get your shot. Wear a mask. You saw, Ralan's got a really cool mask. Do it in style. But yeah, we'll see you. Not next week, but in 2 weeks, we'll do one more episode.
Before graduation.
We already have a guest lined up, and it's gonna be it might be a tearjerker. Supposedly, rumors have it.
Rumor has it
might be a tearjerker.
I'm not much of a crier.
Huh?
I'm not much of a crier.
Yeah. So it's only the other person sitting in this seat. Now, apparently, the guest says the goal is going to make me cry. We'll see if that happens. It'll be graduation week. We'll see what the hell happens. Hey, Joe, can we get some Skycam today? There we go. Get a little Skycam. Take us out of here.
All right. And as always, Thank you for watching Talking to the Shore. My name is Ralan Wardlaw.
I'm Langston Frazier. Folks, we'll see you in 2 weeks on another episode of Talking to the Shore.
Thank you, everybody.